Who should you expect to see in MLS Cup this year? I have your answers next on MLS Now. Hey guys, as teams are rounding out their MLS rosters, it got me thinking, what is the right mix to get your squad into MLS Cup? Is there a theorem to go by? The Saghini Theorem, perhaps? Well, the league changes over time, so I took the 3 most recent MLS Cups for my sample to see what these 6 teams had in common. Yes, I know 2 of them were the LA Galaxy, but teams change over the years. From that research, I found these 6 traits are what you need to get to MLS Cup. Number 1, a coach that has played in or coached at least 2 championship games with an MLS team. Arena twice, Kinnear, Vermees, Price, and Heaps. All guys who have spent time in and around championship games at least twice. One of Jason Kreis's was a US Open Cup final with FC Dallas in 1999, and Jay Heaps was on the losing end of all of his MLS Cup appearances. I guess that still stands, but you get the point. Experience in making a run counts. This will narrow the field a bit. Sorry, Colorado, Portland, Vancouver, Houston, and Orlando. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of thought that would have eliminated more teams here. Number 2, at least 5 players in their core that have been together for 4 years. First off, 4 years is longer than you think. Too many players to list here, but other than the Revs last year, we're not just talking about guys on the roster, we're talking about guys on the field. And even New England, who was on the low end, had 4 regulars on the field throughout the season and 2 guys off the bench who all saw significant minutes. So goodbye to Chicago, San Jose, Montreal, Toronto, sorry Canada, you're out, and NYCFC, sorry expansion teams, you're out. And then there were 10. Number 3. Next up is a big, strong center back who can score. Cue the center back scoring goals montage! So long to Columbus, but all other 9 teams have someone who can pass for a goal-scoring threat, including some key new signings like Ronald Zubar in New York and Steven Vittoria, a PK specialist in Philadelphia. Number 4, a 12-plus goal scorer. Whether it's a proven goal scorer or someone who is having a hot season, you need a guy who can bang in goals. Keane twice, Bruin, Sabarillo, Wynn, and Dom Dwyer. Sorry, DC, you don't. Espindola had a career year last season and only scored 11, and on top of that, he's suspended for the first 6 games this year. And with EJ's health issues, there is certainly no sure bet in the nation's capital. But Keane? Check. Dempsey or Oba? Check, check. Dwyer? Check. BWP? Check. Yeah, even without Henry. Wynn might not be up top, but I could see him score 12 in an encore after 18 last year. Agudelo also has a shot. How about Philadelphia? I don't see it. Despite Latou's bounce-back year last year, his scoring was too dependent on PKs. And like I mentioned, they have a new PK specialist in town who could eat into those. I also don't see RSL with a 12-goal scorer this year. Plata's injury, Sabo's likely Gold Cup absence, and injury history, and a general sharing of the load tells me that is a long shot. Number 5, the 8-plus assist man. Donovan twice, Davis, Zuzi, Javi Mo, and Teal Bunbury? Okay, Teal only had 6 in the regular season, but 2 big ones in the playoffs, so that is 8. Okay, now we are down to 6 teams, but do they have an 8-plus assist man this year? Well, this might surprise you, but I don't think LA does. Keane had 14 assists last year, true, but out are Sarvis and Donovan, and at least half of Keane's assists last year included Donovan in the play. I'm expecting more of a 16-goal, 6-assist season from last year's MVP, and that would mean LA is not going to repeat again. The other 5 have an 8-assist player in there somewhere, trust me. Okay, we are almost there. Number 6. A different look from a forward off the bench. Edson Buddle and Matt Conji in 2012. Claudio Bielor and Joao Plata in 2013. And Alan Gordon and Patrick Mullins in 2014. All of these guys came off the bench to give their coaches another look and give their teams a boost. Well, Sorry, New York, the bench is thin at forward after BWP, and no, I'm not giving you credit for repurposing Luyendula up front or the unproven Mike Grella. The other 4 teams, though, fit the bill here. Agudelo and Davies, Perez, Teixeira and Akindele, Dempsey, Martins and Cooper, Dwyer and Nemeth. That means I've scientifically narrowed it down to the final 4 teams. I know what you're thinking. At the beginning, you were all like, Saghini's an idiot. This is never gonna work. And then I end up with New England, Dallas, Seattle, and Sporting as the teams who could make it to MLS Cup. Those are some legitimate contenders. Maybe the Saghini Theorem works. Let me know what you think of my breakdown in the comments section below, and I will join in on the debate.